No, I got it in there.
Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
Again, Al Hindman, the magistrate. Today, in time for an arraignment, Jerry Christopher Randolph Lyons. You have an attorney present in the courtroom. Sam, your appearance, please.
Respect for Your Honor, Stanford Develop, P62186. I'm my DP counsel for Mr. Lyons. Your Honor, for purposes of today's arraignment, we'd wait for a reading and stand mute, Your Honor. And at the appropriate time, we'd like to discuss the circumstances surrounding this case, Judge.
I've entered a plea of not guilty for the officer arraigning Mr. Lyons, case number 20-1645.
Is there an officer present at Huron?
Yeah, Officer
who is
Price is
the
here. I got the case number.
Okay, Officer Price is the arraigning officer. Sam, go ahead, reference to bond. Or no, I need the officer first. Officer, any comments on bond?
Well, Your Honor, I just recommended, the PD recommended the cash bond just because of the history. Ultimately, be the court discretion, Your Honor.
Sam, go ahead.
And Your Honor, respectfully, I'm intimate with Mr. Lyons. Mr. Lyons is my client on the charge. This is a bond violation, I believe he was arrested on. He's being arraigned on a bond violation. Your Honor, would ask that the personal bond be continued. Your Honor, there was a no contact, do not return order to this house that he co-owns with his father. And Your Honor, when we discussed bond previously, it was told to him that so long as his father was at that home, he could not return to that home. While I was advising my client, I've told my client to, since the utilities were in his name and he wasn't going to be staying there, to take the utilities out of his names, which he did. Your Honor, days went by and the apartment manager at this place let him know that the house was abandoned and there was no electricity or anything of that nature. My client went back to the home to secure the home because he has property there as well as a dog. Your Honor, he was there for a few days where he turned the utilities back on and he changed the locks. Yesterday, the father, Mr. Lyons, decided it was time to come back because the lights were back on, and he forced his way in there and called the police. And now my client's before you saying he violated bond. Your Honor, we respectfully request that personal bond be continued. And once again, Mr. Lyons is going to have to go through this cycle to where he will not return to the address. He will take the utilities out of his name, and we'll figure out what we're going to do as we proceed, Judge.
Officer Price.
Yes.
Listen to the attorney. You have any input?
Like I wasn't out there last night, Your Honor, so I don't know exactly the whole story, but I don't have any objections.
You've been out there.
I've been out there before.
Call the manager. Sammer, this is Huron Estates. It's a manufactured home.
Correct. And they're both on.
They're
both on ownership.
I know, but back to the arraignment, I know that Judge Oakley goes into serious detail, but then I find that your statement, if it's true, which I have no reason to believe that it's not, it's a situation that
Yeah,
Mr. Lyons was contacted by the park manager, correct?
Yes, it was. He's been in contact with dispatch at Huron almost on a daily basis to explain what's going on because there's been contact and he understands he cannot contact his dad. It's been the other way around. He's been in contact with the manager who advised him of what was happening at the home, and that's why he returned. And prior to returning, he called Huron dispatch. While he was there, he called hearing dispatch. He called hearing dispatch last night to tell him that his dad was attempting to force entry, and Huron came and they arrested him, Judge. So
Well,
Mr. Lyons
because
isn't
the
trying to
bond
hide
was in-
anything.
Officer Price, because the bond's in the system that Judge Oakley said can't return to, correct?
Correct. I believe I attached that and sent it over to court paperwork.
So the bottom line, we're back to where Judge Oakley started. This case that I'm here on today, 1645, it's violation of a conditional bond waiting for a jury trial date. So this case is hanging out there. He has an arraignment pretrial on January 21st with Judge Green, and he's on probation for another disorderly person, and he's current with the probation department. It's just that it appears dad left, he returned, dad returned. So like I just said, we're back to dad's back in the house because the house is habitable, and Mr. Lyons is a victim of
Back to his own situation. And Your Honor, I've explained to Mr. Lyons, if this happens again and dad's going to be there, that he cannot return to the address at all. And he understands he will not return to the address, Judge, and he will continue to do what he was doing. I'm going to advise him now on the record that even if his dad abandons the address, until his jury date, he's not to return to that address.
And also, Mr. Centaur, I got a job right now that I'm working. I just started a job last week, Wednesday. I'm supposed to be at work right now. I'm about to lose my job over me returning home.
All right, Mr. Lyons, we're going to do our best to get you out today, but you have to understand, regardless of what happens with your dad, just do not return to that address until after your trial, okay?
Okay, you can ask Mr. Price too. Every time I tried to return to that address, Mr. Price has showed up out there.
I'll say that the last time Mr. Lyons was here before the court, probably the week after that, or two that I was out there, every time he did call us for a civil standby.
Okay. You obviously learned on this one, Mr. Lyons, correct?
Yes, I have.
Your bond's $10,000 personal, no contact with the complainant victim in this case, cannot return to, be in, around, or near 22029 Paulette, Huron Township. No contact with Robert Lyons, no third-party contact, no cell phone contact, no text messaging or any social media contact. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I had like my attorney said, I have moved all my stuff back in there, and my wallet is in there. You're gonna do it all again.
You're gonna do it all again. You're gonna set up a civil standby with Huron. You're probably trained to the highest degree of sensitivity how to do that now.
Okay.
Just get a hold of them and have them go out there and get you your stuff. Okay.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
thank
All right, we're done.
Put you on
I
notice
appreciate
of your other cases. You got an arraignment pretrial with Judge Green on the 21st. And that's on case number HR 11919, disorderly person. And you're on probation on your other one, and the probation department's happy with you.
No, that's the one I'm on probation for now. Disorderly person.
You're all good on it. You're good. 20-1645, Officer Price. That wraps this arraignment up. Andy, you're happy, correct?
So next court date's January 21st.
Yeah, he's got an arraignment pretrial at 10:50 a.m. on the 21st with Judge Green by Zoom.
10:50. All right, sounds good.
That is for a different case, not the initial bond
Yeah, it's
violation.
a different case. The case that we're talking about today is 1645. It's a domestic violence case set for a jury trial, but the date's not delivered yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Based upon the current event that's going on with COVID. All right?
Sounds good.
All right, we're good.
Thank you.